A showdown between favorites was expected on this difficult stage, but it's a youngster who eventually stole everyone's thunder. The 2012 road race world champion Alexey LUTSENKO, only 23 years old, confirms his potential. He dominated the stage at Salon-de-Provence and took a second career stage win on the World Tour after a success on the Tour of Switzerland last year. "500 kilometers before the final finish line in Nice, Michael Matthews' yellow jersey is threatened more than ever. 2 days before the end of the race, a huge test awaits the Australian. He will have to pass the fabled Mont Ventoux 127 kilometers before stage finish and maybe put some distance between him and the sprinters, before it goes to the Roc d'Enterron and the Col de Cèze. The ascent of the Mont Ventoux up to Chalet Renard, a 9-kilometer climb with a 9% slope, is led by 5 men. Jesus Herrada, who takes the polka dot jersey, Antoine Duchesne, Steen Vandenberg, Lars Boom and the Frenchman Arnaud Courteil. At mid-race, they're 5 minutes ahead of the pack. Matthews does well. However, the Ventoux is too much for André Greipel. The sprinter from Lotto Fixol still suffers the consequences of a fall in the Tour of the Algarve and has to give up. As the Col du Pointu draws near, the pack decides to speed up. This pushes the Canadian Antoine Duchesne to attack his fellow escapees on the ascent to Roc d'Enterron. The man from Direct Energy spent the day in the lead and starts to show signs of exhaustion. He has a 30-second lead on the day's final ascent, the Col de Cèze. But this won't be enough, as the last 25 kilometers slide down without further difficulties. The favorites in the pack keep their cool. The only one attacking is Alexey LUTSENKO. ASTANA does everything to take that stage, as Lars Bohm was already part of today's early breakout. The exhausted Duchesne cannot resist the man from Kazakhstan and has to watch LUTSENKO take the lead 15 kilometers before the finish line. The peloton doesn't seem keen on holding in LUTSENKO. In 5 kilometers before the finish line, he has a lead of 30 seconds. The under-23 road race world champion from 2012 has made the difference and offers Astana a first stage win on this season's World Tour. LUTSENKO only narrowly misses to take the yellow jersey as Michael Matthews sprints over the finish line, tailing Alexander Kristoff only 19 seconds later. The Australian holds on to the leader's jersey by a mere 6 seconds. I attacked on the final slope to take a lead of at least 30 or 40 seconds in order to be able to keep about 20 of them on the last 25 kilometers that I was going to do solitary. Alexey LUTSENKO may still be missing some experience. The man from Kazakhstan started to celebrate his victory a little bit too soon and lost precious seconds that he may regret later, even if he keeps up in that impressive shape this weekend. In the overall ranking, he passes Tom Dumoulin. The Dutchman now lies on 3rd place, 12 seconds behind the victor of the day. Paris-Nice race draws close to the end. Tomorrow on Saturday, it goes to the Alpes-Maritimes department. 177 kilometers will lead the riders around Nice. One of the most demanding stages this year, with no less than 7 difficulties of the 1st and 2nd category. The greatest challenge, and probably also the theatre of a showdown between favorites, should be the ascent to the chapel of the Badon du Tel. A 15-kilometer climb with an average slope of 6% that can even go up to 9%.
Think of what people say, to go ahead, live your life with no regard to what is said. Hey, to what is said.